Restaurants can still serve customers, but it has to be outside, so like using a patio or a parking lot, but some eateries don't have either.
You try to make your hay while the sun's shining. Well, the sun is definitely shining, but I'm not allowed to make any hay right now.
Guava Beach Bar and Grill owner Eric Christensen says he was making it work with recent restrictions requiring food with alcohol purchases and closing early at 10 p.m. Going back to just takeout, though, won't be easy.
Takeout's pretty tough. You know, I was down maybe 25-30% with the dine-in, which is doable. Takeout, I'll probably be down over 80%. So at some point, if we aren't allowed to put tables out front, we're going to have to weigh our options. Is it even worth it to do it?
San Diego officials are waiving permitting fees and fast-tracking applications for outdoor service. But along a busy Mission Boulevard with limited space, Christensen thinks his only option is to try and use the sidewalk out front.
Hopefully by next week we'll be able to have at least maybe 5 or 6 tables out front. As it stands today, we've got nothing going on, just doing takeout.
So no dine-in service for 3 weeks, and places like Guava Beach Bar and Grill are again having to make the tough decision to lay off staff.
My staff's down at least, cut by 50% now, and so then you got to figure out who wants to work, who's going to go back on unemployment, with that $650 incentive in there per week.
In March, April, May, when bars and restaurants received the initial order to close down to in-person dining, we received layoff notices for restaurants that mapped to almost 18,000 workers that had been impacted and lost their jobs, specifically in the restaurant and bar industry.
The San Diego Workforce Partnership says they're expecting to see layoffs again during this 3-week shutdown. Some argue that blanket closures for industries punishes those following the rules.
Is it fair? It is what it is. It's not for me to judge. It's definitely a disappointment, as July is our busiest month of the year.
For restaurants in tourist hotspots, summer months can make or break their business.
Given our location here in Mission Beach, we're inundated with vacation rentals. So I'm much more seasonal than, say, a place that's downtown or in North Park or anything like that. So if I can't make my money over the 4 or 5 months over the summer with all the tourists out here, it's a lot harder in the off season, and we'll see.
Talk of COVID-19 restrictions hits close to home for Christensen.
Being that I just got off of quarantine for having COVID, I understand the severity of it out there.
Today, he's virus-free after quarantining at home, but now he's worried about his wife and daughter.
It's real, it's contagious, and it can affect anybody.
Christensen put in his application to use sidewalk space for dining yesterday and is waiting to hear back from the city. Matt Hoffman, KPBS News.